And then what really helped me was to visit Victor Wooten's Base in Nature camp in 2013
In America, or did he have them in
in,
Europe as well?
in Nashville.
Oh, you went all the way, oh, class. That must have been some
Yeah,
experience.
totally. And it was that cheap back then. I think the flight was 600 euros, the camp was 600 euros. So it was altogether, I mean, it's still, you can buy a bass for that money,
Mhm.
but you can also have the experience of your lifetime for that money. And I was happy to do that.
How does the
And
camp work, Misha? I'm sure people are curious to know.
yeah,
It's Victor Wooten. He's a very kind of deep thinker, and he doesn't do things the traditional way, really, does he? Like, he's almost like the Mr. Miyagi of the bass world. He'd be having you
yeah,
wash on and wash off or whatever.
yeah, basically. I mean, he does give you reasons why you should do this or that. So in that sense, he differs a little bit. But how does it work? It's hard to summarize it. I, it's really minimal living. Like it's not like you're staying in a hotel. You know, it's like one big sleeping hall. I think one for the boys, one for the girls, and you're sleeping on these. I don't know how they're called in English. In German, it's Feldbetten. It's basically like they use in the military. You just have this metal kind of thing, and then just some cloth,
Just
almost
a
like a
bed, like a
hammock.
bunk bed or on the ground kind of thing.
Yeah, but without a
Fold out
mattress.
bed.
It's really
Yeah.
just a lining,
Okay.
like a hammock almost. And then you get up every morning at 7 o'clock. The first thing that you have is some kind of workout class. Every day, a different one. You have Wing Chun, Tai Chi, and there were a couple of other ones, yoga, and two more that I don't recall now. Um, but from there on, then you kind of have, I think it was 2 times or 3 times 2 hour workshops with different teachers. And you just kind of get bombarded with all kinds of different knowledge. And to be honest, I went there and I was a bit hesitant to go because I thought, well, I know that it's always promoted as all levels of players are
Mm.
welcome. And I thought of myself as quite an advanced player at that point already. So I was like, so am I even going to learn anything? And to be honest, a lot of the information that I got, I already knew, but I gained new perspectives.
Yeah.
And it also really, there was a big focus in the camp on inspiration. I was really, if you want to play music that connects to people, you have to say something. What's the message? What are you trying to say? Where can
Mm.
you get inspiration if you're kind of burned out? If you don't really, if you feel like you have already said everything, like I did with my
Yeah,
three
it's
first
like this.
compositions.
Instead of when you're going to compose a piece, don't say, "Okay, I'm going to use this technique to make this song." You might say, "I want to convey this emotion with this piece of music."
Exactly. Yeah, or experience.
Mm.
And that's why there were like funny exercises where you did the blind walk barefoot. The grass was frozen basically, and you're just walking over was like an army of zombies just towards a drum, just by the ear, finding out really carefully. And we had some workshops on how to not really track animals, but how to get closer to them, how to move so they don't notice you, that you just have to move really slowly and really still, and maybe also just stand around and wait for them to come.
Mm.
And how you can really consciously use the whole peripheral view that we actually have, which is basically 180 degrees, but not only, but also because of our gadgets, we're just so focused on
Yeah,
looking straight ahead and not noticing what's around us and missing so much of life. So
that's
yeah,
interesting. So you didn't mention bass playing once in the whole camp. That's what's interesting about this camp. There's a lot
yeah,
of so a lot of it wasn't actually just what you. I suppose you can get a traditional bass lesson anywhere. So this sounds like something
no,
completely
uh,
different.
um, I would still say 70 to 80% was bass playing.
Okay, but this stuff kind of stuck out because it was so
To
different.
me, it did.
Yeah.
Like the bass playing part, as I said, especially as a teacher, I got a lot out of it because it's new methods and how to teach stuff. That was more like, oh, okay, they're actually, it's really inspiring how they teach here. I know the material, but presenting it in this way makes it so much easier for the student to grasp. But personally, for me, it's not like, oh my God, I've got shown how to play the harmonic major scale, or there was nothing musical that was mind blowing that I discovered there. To me, I really came back and was like, I think I really know what I want to do now. And I also, to the degree where I played a song, and I had my 3-track demo with me and was giving one out to everyone. And I just kind of got reaffirmed that I'm on the right track because I was really worried. Oh, this solo bass thing, is this really something that I should pursue, or should I just focus on teaching or focus on session jobs, go back to that? Because there were opportunities, but I've just kind of grown tired of it, of the letdown on the end of every opportunity in the session world. And yeah, that see, I told you I was trying to tell a short, make it short story about Mission Bass. I haven't even gotten close to it.
It's interesting though, like that an experience like that is what reaffirmed your path and your love of the solo bass, like, because it I know being a singer-songwriter is lonely. You're singing with a guitar around the world, but solo bass is even more lonely, I'd say.
Yeah,
you're coming up against prejudice every time you go out there and do a show. Have you done